All right, so welcome back to another comic review, and we're going to be doing another book review from that was sent to me by my good friend Chris. Thanks once again, brother. And today we're going to be talking about Green Arrow Reunion. This is the start of Joshua Williamson's Green Arrow run, and this was a book I was very excited to read. I always enjoyed Green Arrow. I've always loved Green Arrow as a character, but I never really read a lot of him. Probably because there's really only, like, when you talk about Green Arrow stories, there's the Kevin Smith run and Longbow Hunters, and that's really it when it comes to, like, Green Arrow stories people really want you to read. I've heard some good things about the Jeff Lemire Green Arrow run, but it's still in the New 52 era, and I just do not, even DC has gotten to the point where it's like, we don't give a fuck about the New 52 anymore. I just ignore the whole thing. But yeah, so what is this about? Like, what is Green Arrow Reunion about? Well, Green Arrow Reunion is basically like a Fast and Furious movie. It's all about family. So the story is that during the events of the Dark Crisis, Oliver was, when the Justice League was being brought back to Earth, Oliver was sucked away, and the rest of the Green Arrow family has been brought back together, including Connor Hawke, who is his son. In the New 52, they basically say, oh no, Connor Hawke wasn't, Oliver's son, but here they're like, nah, fuck that, don't think about that, don't worry about that. Connor Hawke is his son. And Leanne has been resurrected. Apparently that happened in a Catwoman book I didn't read. But yeah. So Leanne, who was brutalized, if you guys know Cry for Justice, then you know what I'm talking about. All of them are back, but Green Arrow is not. Green Arrow is somewhere else, and he's trying to stay away from his family because he found a message from his future self that says, if you get back with your family, you're going to destroy everything. And that leads Oliver and the rest of the Arrow family on two separate adventures. One with Connor and Leanne joining Oliver and meeting the Legion of Superheroes and even battling Hal Jordan when he was still Parallax. That's a whole thing. While Dinah and Roy go look for Amanda Waller because Leanne said Waller is a key piece to all of this. So this is all build up to the upcoming DC event in a few months that has Amanda Waller as our big villain. Obviously, all roads have been building here. We've seen that with Beast World. We saw that with Night Terrors. We saw that with this. This is all, like, again, build up to the upcoming Mark Waid event that has, Waller teaming up with Failsafe, the Batman robot, and the Brainiac Queen, and making her own little weird trinity as well. I've talked about that, but it's called Absolute Power, I believe. And that event will be interesting to see. We'll see how that turns out. But I digress. So Oliver is in the belief that if I go back and reunite with my family, then everything's gonna everyone's gonna get killed. But here's the thing: is that this is such a love letter to the Green Arrow family. Joshua Williamson, and I also have to hand it to, like, DC comic writers in this new age. I also, sorry about the lighting, I haven't mentioned that yet, but there's a storm coming and it's really fucking with the lighting. So sorry about that. But yeah, I love this new era of DC writers who are just like, yeah, there was some really fucked up shit that happened and we don't want to, and also, like, it's the same thing with Tom Taylor's Nightwing and a few other books, like, in recent years, not just from DC, even, like, Marvel, too, where they're like, these characters got really, really fucked over, and now it's time to, like, fix that mistake, like with Steve Orlando's Scarlet Witch, Tom Taylor's Nightwing, Jen Wall, who did the She-Hulk book? Wasn't Tamaki, that was the other one. But you know what I'm Rainbow Rowell, that's it. But yeah, and again, Williamson clearly loves Green Arrow and the Green Arrow family. Not only that, this is a really cool idea of having, instead of a typical streetwise story, this is more of a Green Arrow story that's, like, traveling through time. And also, there's a great moment where Kevin Nolan and Chester, what's the full fucking name for that guy? Hang on, I gotta look it up because it's Phil Hester, excuse me. Phil Hester shows, and Kevin Nowlan both show up to do artwork for a brief time in one of the Green Arrow books. This comic is a absolute love letter to Green Arrow and the Green Arrow family by doing shit that you haven't seen. Did you ever think you would get an Oliver Queen story where he's traveling through time, battling a future version of himself, which isn't a future version of himself? I'll just say that, like, you kind of figure out who's really behind this. Like, you really do kind of figure out who's really kind of pulling the strings in this whole storyline. You might figure it out sooner than Oliver does. But yeah, it's a fun book. It's very fast-paced, too. Like, again, going back to that Fast and Furious kind of feel, where it's all about family. It's also the plot moves really fast. Like, in 6 issues, this gives you a lot. Like, Oliver, lost in time, lost in another universe, encountering Parallax, Hal Jordan, who's out of time himself, encountering the Legion. It's boom, boom, boom. And that's the same thing with Roy and Dinah's story, where they're encountering, like, Count Vertigo. There's a shoot-off between Roy and Peacemaker, who, Peacemaker is written, you can almost hear, no, you can absolutely hear John Cena's voice in Peacemaker's tone. Also, I don't know who the female Peacemaker is. I don't know who that is. I haven't been following that book, the Suicide Squad book, so I think that's I heard somewhere that's supposed to be the Earth 2, the Earth 3 Peacemaker. Could be wrong, I don't know. Also, this does pick up with the War for Earth 3 with Amanda Waller, who was hiding out in Earth 3 trying to take the Earth over from the crime syndicate. That event was not good, but hey, at least they're paying attention to it. Anyway, so do I recommend Green Arrow Reunion? Yeah, if you want to check out somewhere fun and a cool comic that is a love letter to Green Arrow, as well as does something fresh and new, and is pretty fast-paced, here you go. Here's your book right here. This is a great starting point for Green Arrow. I really want to read Volume 2. I really, really, really want to read Volume 2. And hopefully I can find some other good Green Arrow books that aren't, like, Kevin Smith connected, or just Longbow Hunters all over again. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That's my review of Green Arrow Reunion. If you've read it, comment below, let me know. And Chris, thank you once again for the comic. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.